Hello guys, today you are watching BioSaga. So let's begin. So today we are going to talk about cell. The first question which comes to our mind while hearing this term is, what is cell? To know some interesting facts about cell, please tune in till the end. Definition of cell. A cell is basically the fundamental unit of life that is responsible for all life's processes. It is also known as the building blocks of life. So this is the basic definition of cell which we now have to know. Like the bricks are used to build a house, which is the structure of the house actually. Like that, cells are used to build the human body. Before we dive in to more information about cell, first we have to know that who discovered cell and how. You might be thinking, who coined the term cell and how did he do it? It's a long story, but we will try to tell you in short. Cells were discovered by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. He was an English scientist who first developed a microscope using two lenses for greater magnification. The microscope which he developed, it was later known as compound microscope. He observed the cells of a cork under his microscope, and what did he saw was amazing. He saw box-like structure piled together, which reminded him of rooms or cells of monks in a monastery. So if you would go to any church, you can see monks live in cells. So he said the cork was made up of cells, but they were actually dead. The simple microscope was discovered by A.V. Leeuwenhoek or Antonie van Leeuwenhoek, who was a Dutch scientist, and grounded lenses and made microscopic observations as a hobby. He was also a public official who constructed over 400 microscopes. So he constructed the simple microscope, and the compound microscope is the updated version. In modern days, the use of microscope has become very popular by scientists. So they use two types of microscope. One is compound microscope, which is an improved version of the Hooke's microscope itself, and another is the electron microscope. This is the compound microscope as we can see, and this is electron microscope. It can be complex, so it is not in the syllabus. As we have now learned about the history of cells, now we are going to learn about its different types. So, cells are not only of one shape or size. It can be divided into different shapes and size, and they can vary from each other. They can be cuboidal, columnar, or any other in shape. Circular, like here we are seeing the blood cell which is circular. Nerve cell, we are going to talk about the nerve cell in details in the tissue chapter. This is the muscle cell. This muscle cell is mainly found in our thighs or legs. This is the bone cell which is found in the bone. This is the fat cell. This is the sperm cell and the ovum. Now, as we have learned about the different types of cells, they are also divided on the count of the cells in the organism, such as unicellular organism, which have only single cells such as amoeba, paramecium, etc. Multicellular organism, they have more than one cell, such as human body, plant body, cell, amoeba, and cell is given below. Cells are small and cannot be seen through the naked or unaided eye. As we have learned, cells have been discovered by the use of microscope and were not discovered before man invented it. So, the smallest cell is mycoplasmic gallospectium. The largest cell we can find is an egg cell of an ostrich. The longest cell is the nerve cell. Now, as we know about the basic functions and structure of the cell, we now have to learn the advanced definition of cell. So the definition provided previously was the basic definition. Now we are going to the advanced level. So, cell is a mass of protoplasm. Protoplasm is basically cytoplasm plus nucleus, which we will learn in details in the next video. And it has a distinct nucleus and a detailed outer plasma membrane. It is also known as the basic structure and functional unit of a living organism. Plasma membrane is also known as cell membrane. Cell theory. So, the cell theory states three main things. Number 1. All plants and animals are made up of cells. All cells arise from pre-existing cells, and cells are the smallest working unit of living organism. So, the cell theory was discovered by 3 different scientists. It was proposed by the following scientists: Theodor Schwann, Robert Virchow, and Matthias Sledrian. So, the cell theory chart is given in details. Some important differences about the cells are prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. So, these types are divided on the basis of the nucleus. So, prokaryotic cells have a primitive type or undeveloped nucleus, whereas eukaryotic cells have a developed nucleus. Example of prokaryotic cell is a bacterial cell, and the example of a eukaryotic cell is, as we can see in the picture, an animal cell. Prokaryotic cell lacks cell organelles, whereas eukaryotic cell does not lack cell organelles, such as mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, etc. Prokaryotic cell have a flagella sometimes, and eukaryotic cell does not have a flagella. Flagella is said to be a tail-like structure which helps in locomotion. There are some properties of cell given below. Cells can evolve, they can respond to stimuli, they can reproduce themselves, they can carry out chemical reaction, etc. So, as promised, here are some interesting facts about cell. The word cell comes from the Latin word small room. One single cell contains 2 meters of DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, which carries genetic material. Human beings have an estimation of 10 trillion cells. Human beings shed their outer skin cell every 28 days. Heart cell can be grown in a petri dish. So, we can tell you about petri dish in our next facts video. I hope you enjoyed our video and learned something new. If you do, please like, share and subscribe. For more videos about cell, like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching.